Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zooming in on a place often underestimated in humanity's story, Zambia. Yet it holds this incredible secret stitched right into its DNA. We're going to give you a shortcut to understanding a crucial, often hidden chapter of our past.
That's right. And this deep dive, it's really about exploring how Zambia's genetic landscape isn't just, static. It's alive.
Alive? How so?
Well, it's like a woven fabric, showing exactly how diverse human groups met, mixed, adapted over tens of thousands of years.
Wow.
What's fascinating is this isn't just ancient history, it's kind of a blueprint. It reveals how our ancestors tackled diseases, adapted to different worlds, and that offers vital clues for our own medical future, actually.
Okay, so our mission today, let's unpack this unique genetic makeup of Zambia. We want to highlight its huge significance for science, and then, crucially, delve into some of the tricky ethical questions it sparks. Everything we're discussing is drawn straight from the research we've gathered for you. Now, researchers tell us that Zambia's genetic story is, well, one of the least talked about in Africa.
Yeah, that's true.
And yet they insist it's hiding a powerful secret, like a key piece of the human puzzle.
Exactly. And what's striking is Zambia sits right at this crossroads of ancient migrations.
A crossroads.
Which makes its DNA this really unique blend of human history. We're talking about two major threads weaving together.
Okay.
Some of the oldest African hunter-gatherer lineages, what many see as humanity's deepest roots, merging with the more recent Bantu migrations. That huge wave of movement that really reshaped sub-Saharan Africa.
So it's more than just groups passing through. This genetic makeup is a living record, showing how different groups didn't just interact, but actually interwove, creating new genetic signatures over these vast timescales. But what makes this combination so unique? Is it just having both, or is there more to how they actually mixed?
That's a really key point, because when scientists delve deeper, they find Zambia is home to this truly unique blend of ancestry. You find clear traces of ancient Khoisan-related DNA, from those deep ancestral lines of southern Africa's hunter-gatherers, with lineages stretching back over 150,000 years. And they exist right alongside the genetic signatures from the Bantu expansion, which was much more recent, maybe around 3,000 years ago.
And it's not just a tiny trace, is it? I read that studies show up to 20%.
Yeah, up to 20% genetic ancestry in some rural Zambian populations comes directly from those ancient southern African hunter-gatherers.
20%. That's substantial. It suggests a much deeper connection than I think most people would assume.
Absolutely. And if you tie this into the archaeology, sites like Kalambo Falls, they show human habitation in Zambia for at least 300,000 years.
300,000. Incredible.
It really underscores its status as one of the world's oldest continuously occupied areas. It gives amazing context for these ancient genetic threads and, how they survived.
And this is where the genetics becomes this powerful lesson for scientists, right? This blend of ancient and more recent genes, it offers this rare chance to sort of witness evolution happening. It's like a snapshot of how diverse groups adapted to different climates, diets, diseases, and then managed to merge into one population.
Precisely. And we see specific examples, like Zambian genomes. They show variants directly linked to malaria resistance,
Okay.
which clearly reflects centuries of survival in a really high-risk environment for malaria.
That makes sense.
And we also see pastoralist groups in the region showing genetic adaptations for digesting lactose into adulthood.
Like in Europe.
But what's fascinating is this trait evolved independently, completely separate from the similar adaptations we see in Europe.
Wow. So different paths to the same solution.
You got it.
It's incredible that these survival stories are just written right there in the DNA. But, when we talk about such profound genetic wealth, it naturally brings up some really significant questions, especially now that Zambia is a focus for international genetic research.
That's a crucial point. There's definitely discussion centering on concerns over what some critics are calling biopiracy.
Biopiracy.
Yeah, the idea that DNA is collected maybe for global pharma or academic projects, but without adequate benefit sharing for the local communities. The people whose genetic material is actually being used.
And then there's the whole complexity around informed consent, especially in rural Zambia, right? Cultural understandings of blood, ancestry, heritage. They might not line up perfectly with scientific definitions, which raises real doubts about whether participants fully grasp the long-term implications when they give genetic samples. It's a very delicate challenge to ensure it's truly ethical.
It really is. And adding another layer, some historians point out that Zambia's huge role in the story of human evolution, it often gets overshadowed.
Overshadowed by who?
By its better-known neighbors like Tanzania and South Africa. Even though Zambia has, equally deep roots in the human past. This kind of historical oversight, it adds to the discussion around recognition and whether these communities get the importance they deserve.
Okay, here's something truly, well, mind-blowing that I came across. A comparison that really stops you in your tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Geneticists say that two unrelated Zambians from different ethnic groups might actually have more DNA differences between them than between, say, a European and an East Asian.
It's pretty startling when you first hear it, isn't it?
It really is. Just think about that for a second.
And what's truly astonishing there is that this single fact powerfully shows how Africa, and Zambia specifically, is the real epicenter of human genetic diversity.
The epicenter.
It's where the deepest branches of the human family tree are found. It makes it like a living library of human variation.
So this incredible genetic heritage, sometimes researchers informally call it the Zambia gene when they talk about this deep diversity.
Yeah, shorthand.
It forces us to confront some really powerful questions, like, should this unique genetic heritage be shared openly, as part of the human story for everyone, or should it be guarded? Treated as a national resource that belongs specifically to Zambia.
And that leads straight to wondering, well, how can Zambia make sure it genuinely benefits from any medical or technological breakthroughs that might come from studying its people's DNA?
Yeah, how do you ensure that?
It's a tough one.
And it may be the biggest question of all. Who gets to decide? Who should have the final say on these really complex issues?
The scientists.
Or the governments, or maybe the communities themselves, the people whose ancestors have carried this incredible genetic story for millennia.
It's fundamental. Researchers say Zambia's DNA isn't just a record of the past. It's also a guide for the future. It offers these profound lessons about survival, adaptation, cooperation.
But that final question lingers, doesn't it? Should this deep well of human history truly belong to all humanity?
Or does it belong in a unique way to those whose ancestors carried it for thousands and thousands of years?
This deep dive, it really forces us all to grapple with these huge themes: heritage, ethics, identity. It challenges you, the listener, to think about what it means to steward a piece of human history itself.